Oh, man. Where do I start? Shit, basically, life is a struggle.
Sometimes you ain't gonna have food. I done that a lot. Sometimes you ain't gonna always have, food in your stomach. Sometimes, like, your mom gonna go to sleep and walk around hungry because she gotta feed y'all.
Where I come from, I want everything because nothing is really given. And then it's wants and needs because on top of my wants is stuff that I really needed and stuff that I just didn't have access or I didn't have funds. Like my mom was a single parent. She raised 3 kids on her own.
I gotta worry about how I'm gonna get to point A to point B, how I'm gonna survive.
I'm struggling just like you. You feel me? Doing the same shit you do is just in a different perspective.
It may be wrong for you, but you're not in my shoes, so you don't know what I gotta do. You don't know how I gotta live. So if I'm doing something, it's probably for my survival. You don't know what I'm doing it for.
Don't know where to go, who to turn to. Don't know if your family gonna accept you, and if they do, only for how long. Before you do some shit to piss them off or irritate them. That's it, man. Struggle's real.
That's not nothing fun, man. The struggle is crucial.
It's like in the hood, we got more to lose. Because we put everything on the line, like I said, just to maintain. Like, we put our lives on the line just to get out there and get something to eat just for the day.
You know, we got all these other struggles and stuff going on, and the main priorities that you have be the ones that's prepared for the future, but you don't really be worried about them too much because you got to be worried about what's going on right now.
Because in the hood, that's how it got to be. You can't really have no plans in the hood. Because it's like, once you set some shit in stone, something always go wrong in the hood because the environment just so unstable.
And it's really hard. It's like hard people don't understand because some people get grown up into having a good life and financially being set, whereas there's some people that's born into not having anything and have to figure out ways on their own to live, just living.
That's life though.
Which ways I can, do something to boost up my self-esteem to be somebody out here.
So many things pull you opposite ways of what you should be doing, so.
I really started hanging in the streets and getting affiliated with gangs and stuff and out on the corners and stuff. I would say I was about 13.
That's just exactly that's what it is.
Plenty days that I could have been dead right now, in jail, not at home, feel me?
I was supposed to graduate when I was 16. I had the knowledge and the ability to do so. But instead, being born in poverty, you slip up.
Watch out for yourself too, because you could be your own worst enemy.
Get out of lockup, back doing the same thing, going back to court again, sit back to lockup, placement, all that. I done been through all that, man.
I felt like I just can't be touched. But now as you look at it, it's like as my years went on, I lost two of my closest friends when I was locked up, and it affected me. Like, you keep going down the road, you go down, you can be going anytime. Now it's like I have a niece, and for me to still do what I used to do, it might affect her, but it'll hurt me more because I won't be able to tell her nothing. So now I have a niece, I enjoy my time, love my life even better. Now I see something that I should have seen long ago. If I'd have seen it long ago, I probably would have been in a predicament where I was hurt, didn't care, lost my friends, to a point where just everything fell.
Five days ago,
I
watched the birth of my first child, which is my daughter.
How I'm gonna survive, how my daughter gonna survive. So, like right now,
My future goal is to make sure that my daughter ain't never gonna be hungry. I want her to have her dad at all her games and all the things that she do, cheerleading, whatever the case may be. I want her to have her dad present. I didn't have that.
I had to make a change for myself. I didn't want to become that bum on the street. I didn't want to become that person who just smokes weed all day, is on the street drinking like my father. He's an alcoholic. I didn't want to become that man. I wanted to become my own man, my own self.
For them 5 years, I wasted 5 years of my life smoking and not giving a fuck.
It's either drop out or do better. And I wasn't about to drop out, because if I would have dropped out, I would have had nowhere to stay, and drop out is not an option.
I was no education. I was 19 years old. It's understanding when people have time for it. Sometimes people don't be having time to understand the things that they go through. They just go through it and they misunderstand it and they feel like they're going through it for no reason, when it's a reason for everything. Remember that. It just happened. I wasn't really paying attention to my life and my outcome and my future. I messed up so much. It's like, when is the point of no return? Like, when is the point where you say, like, damn, I really, right, like when you really can't correct your mistakes no more.
I felt like dropping out. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I felt as though like I was never gonna get my high school diploma. I felt like it was too late. Like, what was the point of fighting for something that I'm not gonna receive?
Two young men who had been involved with one of our programs came to me with a beautifully written proposal asking me, requesting, actually sort of begging me to think about starting our own school program. They were convinced that so many young men who had not been successful in a traditional school setting would do so much better if we could offer a program through the Center for Youth. That was the beginning of New Beginning.
It was like 3 years ago, I decided to come to New Beginnings and basically get my high school diploma and change my life.
It's better late than never, man.
It's for them to make a difference in their lives. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's called New Beginnings. That's all.
A big factor would be the Center for Youth being in partnership with it, because you could always go and get help from the center. Like, it's never a time where I got turned down by the center when I needed anything.
I feel like this was the last alternative for me to succeed in graduating.
Then I just started, feel me, it started getting easier. My grade, I went from a 0.0 average, then it just started going up.
I went from a 0.64 to a 2.87 in one marking period.
Came in fresh, first marking period, honor roll. Second marking period, honor roll. Third marking period, honor roll. Me being who I am, I would never think that I would be able to, get that far in school on a regular basis, going to school every day, doing my work, busting my work down, When I finally got that honor roll, it was like,
oh, I called my mom and told her. And she was like, oh, my baby, that's good. See, you making a change. You living proof.
You gotta live by example, so I'm showing. When I walk that stage, they gonna be there and they gonna see what it means.
I'm the first to graduate from high school out of my immediate family. And I'm the only person that made it. So when I made it, it's like she made it, my sisters made it. It gave hope. It gave that energy that we really needed, that positive energy that I should go back to school and try to get some education.
I'm living proof, basically, of my age group that we can make it and we can make a change.
I made it, yo. A lot of people can't say that. I ain't gonna say I made it completely, but I'm first big step, and I'm trying to really make my life better than what it would have been if I would have continued on that path.
That was type inspiring. I see Bobby 21, I'm only 16, I could finish this. Bobby did it, I could do this, man.
So the cycle of me is, I was supposed to be a street, I was supposed to be a drug dealer, I was supposed to be on the streets, I'm supposed to always stay in poverty, that's not my cycle.
Not no more.
On the road to graduate this year, and I'm very proud of myself.
For every person that I went to middle school with that died or in prison right now or just didn't make it, we made it. We made it.